Good morning. This is Engineer Suraj Singh speaking from Bharat, India on this day, March 19, 2021, Friday. Hope everything is fine, sleeping well, no problem, sleep well. But I'm talking and you can watch when you get up. No problem at all. This is fine. A daily routine about some issues and current issues I'm concerned is quality. Quality of life and quality in life. Both are very significant issues we have to take care. Title of talk is Civil Field Engineering, Designs, Construction Methods, Contracts, AnnexSL, that is System Quality per ISO, Organization, Communication, Coordination, Quantity, Quality, and why behind all these talks, all these topics in talks may be taken up because field engineering is very much important in a way that is real engineering, far from located far from imagination hypothetical attitude. It gives us real world, or you may say materialize whatever is expected is materialized in this field engineering. The word is maybe misleading, but it is engineering field, you can say, rather than field engineering, I should say. Engineering field. Engineering field, which is, you can say, very much, you see, important for everybody. Engineering field is very much important for all, and this field means life. Imagine if no engineering exists, where would have been ourselves? If there be no engineering, where would humanity survive? How it would survive? That's a question mark, and we have to be clear about that. Definition of engineering, definition of quality can be understood in various ways. If you take care of, if you think to define engineering, everybody has different approach. If somebody says, oh, this is something to be seen physically, a house is being constructed, a railway line is being laid, sewer line is being constructed, machine is being designed and manufactured, parts are being manufactured, this aeroplane is flying, this is engineering, train is running, this is engineering, dam is working, this is engineering, computers are working, this is engineering, power station working, this is engineering. So everybody has, depending upon one's thoughts, contemplation, engineering can be defined, but engineering actually covers all fields, all scope of life. Engineering is something you cannot get rid of, even though you do not know that you are dealing with engineering, you are using engineering, but you can't run away from that. Wherever you move in life, whatever step you take in life, engineering welcomes you, I should say. Whether you walk on footpath, on road, or use WC, use your bathtub, bathroom, you stay in your room, you stay in hotel, you walk where you see fly, use your computer, go to temple or mosque, take your food, or do whatever you can. You are in spectrum of engineering, and engineering means life here, and that life which is based on power of thinking, you can say, power of thinking, and power of thinking tells us what is engineering. Thinking creates engineering, and engineering leads to thinking, means it's reversal, perpetual rotation, means perpetual motion. It is engineering, thinking, engineering, thinking, quality, all this in that circle, just like the perpetual motion. It does work like that. It's very important to understand for everybody around the world why I'm talking about this. Simply engineering statement is not enough. We have to give value to other other part of engineering, and that is quality. Quality must always be inbuilt in life rather than saying engineering. Life should be quality based, and quality doesn't mean money. It doesn't come through money. Quality comes through your commitment. Quality comes through attitude. Quality comes through determination. And quality comes through dedication. You can say, I have to achieve something. Or what is background, what is command, what is, you can say, specification of that achievement that you should have. And if you can get that, that can you say this is within my quality prescription. That can be said. But if you don't care about what way it should be done, how it should be done, in that case, you can say you may not be clear, you may not be aware of what quality means for you. Quality means for everybody varies. What a baby thinks of quality, what a adolescent thinks of quality, what a student thinks of quality, and what a mature person thinks of quality, all vary. For someone, beauty is quality. For someone, attraction of a building is quality. For someone, very good dressing sense is quality. For someone, having high profile life is quality, good car is quality. And for someone, efficiency of performance is quality. It depends. Means external sense and internal sense both are different. Sometimes I say, look, I'm very slim. This person is very slim. This person is looking very smart. But internal strength of that person is very weak probably. That person doesn't eat too much or doesn't eat well, or that person doesn't make physical activities daily, but goes to beauty parlor and, as you can say, tries to look attractive. Attraction is no quality. Why you should be ready that people attract towards you rather than people should respect you, people should talk of you. See, person has certain characters. In fact, good characters means good quality. If you think well, you do well, you perform well, you respect everything, you are a quality person. You think for others, you think for life, you think for nature, you think for doing good, and you develop this world. I think that can be called a real quality persons. If my clothes are not very good, I can't be attractive. It doesn't mean that I am a qualityless person. Quality doesn't come from superficial model, it comes from detailed model. Quality means you have to use yourself. You are a natural material as well. You should not forget that. My body, my mind were not built by any scientist or engineer or doctor or nature. It was built by some power which you do not know. That power is hidden somewhere, and this was a process, a part of process. Everybody is a part of process. We are born, so we are somewhere indirectly, just like rocks are available, seas are available, and the universe is available. We can say everybody is a part of God's production. I am God's production and you are God's production. And God always does right. Whatever specification God follows, we do not know. How we are manufactured, we do not know. We just born. That's it. We are just born. Everybody is born. And we have to live one day. That's true. Our date of birth we know, but our date of expected death nobody knows. But we have to go one day. That's also true. So this is also a prescription of quality, that you have to live a defined life. And that defined life I am not aware of, and you are not aware of. Unexpected date of expiry is. But up to that date, how do we live? How do we lead ourselves? That points, that point declares, that point states what quality you have. There are some people who have no chance, who had no chance in their childhood to study well or to move further because of various circumstances encompass that person. But that person moves very fast in real life, and that person advances further. And if you compare difference of childhood and difference of adolescent age and difference of his matured or experience, you'll find a lot of difference in that. And some people go upward and some people go downward depending on what values you have, what concentration of mind you had, and how much you contributed to your life making and also to world making. It depends, means don't take quantity itself. Everybody lives, means, but life of that person who gives to this world some positive work, that's called quality. I can say, if I do something for my earth on which I am living, and I don't just move for money, I just intend to think, I just think I have to do something good work for this earth within my limits. I'm not saying I can do everything. Whatever very small, 1 over 10 billion, because 1 over 10 billion, you may say, no, I'm just saying 1 over 10 billion parts if I do, because that is my responsibility. There may be 8 to 10 billion people, let's consider 10 billion people on earth, and we can't take other species because they cannot add something to this earth. So if 1 over 10 billion part of my, just the part per million, I say 1 part per 10 billion, if I do my PPB part 10 billion, my 10 billion part, 1/10 billion part, if I do my job, and I do justice to myself, to my birth, and that must be considered excellently, because that's what role of life is. And I say, no, I'm alone, I cannot do anything. Why should I worry about this and that? This means I'm a careless person. And if I do something, I should get money. And this is, I have scaled down my life in money. If I do something, I should get this money. That's natural. For survival, money is needed. But if I measure only in terms of money, just like people who see this person is richest in the world and top 10 or top 20 richest, I think that is complete nonsense, because no one is richest in this world. No one can be richest, because world is not yours. You have to go one day. You are just a storekeeper of this world. If you have billions and billions and trillions of units of currency, it doesn't mean you are rich, because you have not added anything to this earth. You have just used and concentrated and centralized that material to you by whatever chances you get. That's different one. That's not quality money. What you have given, what you have helped, what you have extended support for, development of this earth, that's more important, rather than measuring always in terms of wealth. Wealth is there, everybody means wealth, also means how you use it, how you help others to use it, and you are just only behind. If you're just only behind, gaining more and more, you mean you are not a quality person. You are making everything stagnant, and stagnation has no value in engineering. Stagnation has no value in water flow. Water must be flowing, it can't be stagnant. That is most important. So quality here is different. When I say quality in terms of life, in terms of engineering, in terms of manufacturing, in terms of production, in terms of construction, in terms of complete development, you can say, let us consider GDP. There are whatever points are considered GDP, 8 or 9 points or 10 points, all those must have quality. Economy must have quality, life must have quality, everything must have quality, and quality is therefore very important part of life. You cannot run away from this. But question arises, how to understand quality, how to make it more useful, and just knowing quality or doing quality or achieving quality or different phases. If you know something, okay, I know this much, I have that much knowledge, I have that much certification, I have that much degree, and I can do a lot, but you don't know what you could do. Point is that you can do a lot. You may be engineer, you may be doctor, you may be professor, you may be ordinary person, you may be art person, or whatever you are. You can do a lot, but lot. You can do a lot, but what lot? Then you keep silent, because I don't know what to do. Education doesn't give you what can you do. Education, it may be professional or ordinary. It gives you input. It gives you that you are ready for this, but you have to decide your road and your destination. If you don't know that, you may be having enormous knowledge. That knowledge shall become real knowledge if you use that, if you apply that knowledge. Generally, people forget after passing degrees. Everybody forgets. This is natural, because so many subjects in degrees, and those are not used once or twice even. And if you don't use something, certainly for sure you will forget that. Forget in a way that you did not apply. Once you open that book, you will recall, oh yes, I studied that time, and you may understand better than you understood that time. It happens in book. After 5 years, if you open a book of universe, oh, I did engineering that time, I passed so many subjects. I could not understand that time, but now let me see now what I do. Because that time you are afraid of passing or failing, but now you are not. You are clear. You have got it. But when you open that book, of course, you will find it's interesting again. And so it's very easy. I could not understand in that class, but now it looks very easy. Because now you have no liability of examination, pass or failure. So you are free to read that, free to study that. And that's where quality starts in. Quality did not start at that time when you were a student. That time you had to pass. By hook or by crook, you had to pass. Though you must have quality standards of working and learning, but your ambition was not quality or quantity. Your ambition was quantity of passing. Here I say quantity of passing because that certification is itself a quantity for you, not quality. Otherwise, they will not say this 45% or 98% or 800%. There are so many gradings. They know people are not of same grade. So grading has been created, but it tells you what quality you had. So education quality is not that level of quality. It's a quality just capacity to learn. You can learn it with concentration. You can learn as you say with determination. You can say. So that is different quality, but it's part of quality. But once you do again in field, if you are in motion, you are in working, you are in application in field, and if you at that time study these books again, if appropriate, you will find these books have become some tools for you. Those books become power for you because you can understand them very well now. You apply and understand, and you know complete ins and outs of what you learned. At that time, it was all imaginary, but now it's not imaginary. Your book is a kind of guide, and you can improve that. A book can improve you. It's both way because those books are generally written by authors. Whoever is experienced in field, seldom they go to field, so they can't reflect whole picture. But you are now in field. You are not in education, teaching, so you can say you can do better, you can understand better, and then you're going to start your own writing if you are that capable. So all this writing, reading, study, application, learning, teaching, just we call CPD nowadays, continuation of professional development or continuous professional development. And whatever you learned in your education, first requirement is that you have to apply that on job or wherever you work. You have to apply and learn it, or others may apply. You watch that, you learn that practically. So learning in field is very much required for your value of learning, for attainment. Attainment doesn't come easily. It takes time. You have to apply, you have to work in field for many years, where it be design or it be execution or whatever else. Only then you can get some real knowledge of what you learned in your university or in a profession, and then one time, second time, third time, you go on repeating or you go on doing certain projects, assisting others or taking independent responsibility. And if you go up and up, you will find you'll ascend on some unknown stair leading to some landing intermediate and then leading to floor. The kind of project you can say. You get experience on every project accordingly, and you get attainment in part or in full on that. And that's where you can say you understand both quantity as well as quality, because product of project delivery is quantity, but its standards, its quality itself is the dominating part. Because if quality doesn't work there, your product is not respected well. That's another point. Or project itself tells you if product is quality or it's no quality basis. If that product is quality basis, quality based, you can say, oh, this is good. I got in return what we spent for, and you feel pleased. Okay, I got this good project. And where good project means quality is good. And even if you do that without quality, people say, oh no, I'm not getting what I'm paying for. It generally happens that some people say, okay, there are so many defects in this, so many repairs in this. Or you are giving me second-hand project. You are doing I am paying you for fresh project, for new project, but you have caused so many defects, snacks in this. That everywhere I reworked, and I can say, oh, this is a second-hand project. That's what it's called for. Really surprising. It's a statement, but It's also a fact that repairs, excessive repairs, do not value, and they say, oh, this is repaired project, we don't like it, but there is no other way. This repair is also given in our scope, so you have to accept that. So where quality means is very, very different. I don't give every day same types of definition. Quality itself is very significant world of activities in construction and everywhere. If you buy some machine and it doesn't give you that level of performance which we expected, anticipated, this means that machine is somewhere defective. That machine may be having 50 parts assembled, maybe 2 or 3 parts are not to that level that can compatibly work with other parts. That compatibility factor is absent. That means those parts are not up to mark manufacture, or those parts are not properly designed and are unable to perform, and other parts perform while one part is not performing, others also are impacted upon for bad performance. So that's what it says. Means every quality, every part has certain life, every part has certain function, some durability, some quality standard, and if either of them is missing, and you may say this is branded machine, this machine can perform this much, but if you have to do either repair or something in a couple of weeks, how can you guarantee that that's quality? It happens. You buy a brand new car, but it doesn't work in 2 weeks due to some problem, and it is taken back by recovery van. How can you say that car is quality based when recovery van takes it in a couple of weeks and repairs and brings it back? This means there was some defect, and maybe they could not identify it because of many reasons. But defects are defects. We can't go against them. We have to recognize our weakness, and that's where it says defective material cannot be called quality material, quality work. Quality plays parts everywhere in our life, in everybody's life. Engineering plays in everybody's life. We may recognize it, we may not recognize it, but it works. It works heavily. It works specifically for someone and for everyone. So we have to be very considerate about this issue of quality. We cannot take it for granted. No problem. Quality is quality. Quality is quality, that's right. But quality is for achievement. Quality means quantity. Again I say, I do not accept product as product if it's not done according to quality. It doesn't perform according to quality. Yes, they may cover it under warranty. They may say, okay, this is for 3 years warranty, 2 years warranty, 1 year warranty. That warranty is not my answer. Warranty you are giving because you know there is something wrong. If you are so sure of your product, why would you have warranted it? So warranty itself is a qualityless specification. Yes, if there is warranty and that works forever, it doesn't go against, I can accept that. That brilliant product should have, because of that warranty. They use such kind of parts where you can say it works only for that period, or there's some problem within that period itself, and they say, okay, warranty is over, you can hire us for AMC. And AMC is another defective management because it tells clearly that there will be problem in product, and we did not include that cost in our original product, and we claim that this is cheapest one in market with best quality. Product may be cheapest cost wise, but quality wise it's not cheap because AMC I have to pay. There are so many issues you can say. For example, I buy for X amount some material, some good. You can say anything. Let's say ROPs you buy for say 10,000 or 12,000-13,000, and they will give you guarantee for 2 years, which means in 2 years they will take care of that. But after that you have to pay them AMC, which may be 50% or 40% of original cost per year. This means indirectly cost has been broken into fragments. You can say they discount you, they give discount, okay, take discount, I'm just charging this much, and they oblige on you while they plan to get money, to earn money later on, because that item may be working for you for 5 years or more. That period, if you say 2 years are covered in warranty, and 3 or 4 or 5 more years shall be covered in AMC. This means if you are paying 50% cost of AMC, or say 40% per year of your cost for AMC, and if say 5 years, let us say 200% cost you are giving there, 200% cost plus 100% cost at that time, so 300% cost you are paying in complete use of complete life of that product. So they charge 300%. You can imagine here, and of course they charge that, and they say our product is quality. Means how can it be justified? It's in place of X amount, I'm paying 3X amount in a couple of years, and then I'm dependent on product because I can't buy new one all time. Or it's not this product, every product like that. Means AMC has become a fashion these days. Means you have to pay for AMC, whatever product you buy, and that's a cost on you. You can say cost of life cost of that product is very expensive. It doesn't look, we don't feel that. We say, oh, I have AMC for this, no problem. It's become as if I have a quality user of this product. When I'm paying AMC, I'm not quality user. It's a liability on me. And that manufacturer who sold me this, that is making money for a couple of years. It happens. You buy whatever small or big product, this happens, means, oh, you have to completely get service of this. If you don't get service, they forward. And that service is another way of, you can say, quality-less world. So whatever you say means maintenance. I'm not talking of maintenance. Remember, I'm talking of service. I'm talking of in name of maintenance they make money. That's not acceptable. They say, okay, if you don't want AMC, don't AMC. When you call us, we'll charge. So it is one and same thing. You charge at every visit, or you charge pro rata, or you charge a lump sum amount per year for that service. Because ultimately, consumer has to pay. So indirectly, it's become a business by those administrative managers who learned MBAs, who got educated MBAs and got education of this management. This management, how to grab money from public, is management, is organization. They show we have reduced cost at sale time, but after sales they grip your throat, and you don't feel it because it's okay, it's per year, I have to pay it. Means you also accept that. Rather than where is quality? Question is, what is quality? Where is quality? Now some countries are opening eyes. For example, Europe is opening eyes. England is opening eyes, because they say these product, electronic product, fridges, etc., all those products used everywhere in every home, they must have durability rather than means short-term life. What you can say, if a product that can work for 2, 3 or 4 years or 5 years maximum, and we don't want its repair because repairs are very expensive, and if you sometimes get a repair so expensive, it's almost you can buy a new product for same cost, and we dump that old product, and dumping and then dumping and then dumping on that, and accumulation of dumping, and you got a stage that pile up mountain of that product. And that product, because of plastic, it can't be either, it can't be recycled as well as reused. So that product has been everywhere. In all world countries, you'll find accumulation of that product. Your money has gone to accumulation of waste. You have paid money out of those billions of parts in those equipments. Some may be useful, but because it's a dump now, it's complete waste. This means there was no alignment, there was no uniformity. Some product may be, some you can say some part may be for 5 years good, It works only for 2 years, some part maybe 10 years. So question is, after all, we are wasting natural material. Our engineering is defective, our science is defective, that's what we can say. If my engineering is defective, naming engineering and being an engineer are different aspects. Engineering means it should work, that's it, but real engineering means it should work in compatibility to each other. If they are all parts must be of same age, they must successfully work. But you say, oh, this is hysteresis of this part, there is a loss of property of this part, and you just write explanations, you give justifications to hide your defects. And it is business, it is commerce, you can say. So scientists is kept off in that because it is commerce. Engineering is kept off because this is commerce. Your commerce weighs over sentiments of people. In name of commercial activity, you make money. You indirectly deceive consumer, and consumer cannot understand that. Or say, okay, this is routine, this is life, we have to pay MC. Yes, this is routine, this is life to pay MC. And there should be means, now what European people think, rather than keeping age of this product for 5 years, it should be increased to 10 years. Because at least 50% waste comes in, and maybe more, if you make it 15 years or something, repair world will come up. People shall learn how to repair. People have forgotten what does repair mean. People don't know. Really speaking, there are cases of people try to repair mobiles, but there is no use because there is no repair guarantee, there is no repair technique, because non-availability of parts, very small minor parts in those mobiles or other gadgets, those parts are not available, or they fix parts of other, that cannot work diligently, that cannot work efficiently, that's where it's knocked off. So when I say quality, that's what quality is. And how quality should move, that's another part. Means quality cannot simply be dependent on quality. It's something you can say there should be some method. How to hold it, how to maintain it. That point is very, very reasonable, very, very important to understand. And that's where I say we have certain criteria. How to, write something, how to understand something, how to, decide something, means you want to deliver quality product, but what is, you can say, way out of, what is way to achieve that? That point is of much importance. We have to understand that point. How can we get quality? How can we reach that destination? Is simply statement making is quality, or we have to achieve that? Is it easy to talk of only, or we have some way? Engineers are taught, that is true, but they are not taught field work. They are taught very little, you can say elementary, which professors or syllabus tell them, because syllabus is very limited. Even 4 or 5 years you cannot learn whole life. You can learn only very elementary, even though you are a degree holder, postgraduate or doctorate. That is not adequate education. Yes, for purpose of, starting, that's a good starter, you can say. I am graduate, I am postgraduate, I am doctorate. It's a good starter for profession. But it changes mind. When you get high degrees, you change your thinking. Oh, I am a postgraduate or a doctorate. I am not a field person. That escapes you out of profession. We forget. It's really very surprising that engineering, which means that you have to deliver something. You have to deliver products to your consumer. And by having a higher education and then further higher education, you start saying, I'm not a field person. What does it mean? What you are if you're not a field person? So your mind changes. I am a professor. I am a researcher. Okay, you are a professor, you are a researcher. But what is ultimate destination your activities will lead to? And that is product. delivery of products. If you are not able to reach that level, you have not completed your work. That's what I always stress to those who have been who have made design their career. They must understand design can be a career, but this is not complete. Similarly, field work can be a career. This is not complete. Engineer means a complete professional. That is engineer. Otherwise, there would not be this term. This term would have something else. When you say engineer, this means you have to do something. You have to deliver to consumers something. It's not you keep off on designs and say, okay, I'll do design and go implement that. That innocent consumer doesn't know what is design, that doesn't know what you want to say. For him, a good product is welcome. That consumer pays for product, that consumer doesn't know who designed it or who worked on this, who manufactured it. That person knows I paid this much for this product and I should get returns. And there it involves services of all designers, producers, manufacturers, whoever. That's why I say that there are methods which we call methods in our engineering procedures. You can say methods of this product. Means if you take total method, it's very long, but if you take expertise wise, somebody is design expert, somebody is shop expert, somebody is manufacturing expert, somebody is maintenance expert. Like that, if you see, everywhere there should be some written document which can help everybody. That document is very important. You may say is rather than procedures or processes. Processes, which means you should know what are total ways, what are total acts required for manufacturing certain item. Those statements can be in writing, those can be in video form, those can be in whatever way. It is better to disseminate that or to understand that. And those are called methods, demonstrable methods or writing methods or just generating methods only can be done particularly in civil construction, civil engineering, because civil engineering is different kind of world where methods may be many, destination is one. Methods depends on quality, quality also depends on method, and quality mainly depends on, you can say, personal power of work, personal attention towards works. If supervisors are very strong, engineers are very strong, you shall get very strong and reliable products. If they are not, you may not get that. That's where difference lies in, and we have to consider this point brilliantly everywhere, because in civil engineering much depends on how engineers perform, how engineers respond. Everybody has levels of thinking, doing, commitment, all. So it's upon your concentration on your activities of supervision or doing job or design, how you can do something. Just rushing doesn't mean you are a good engineer. Rushing fast doesn't mean you are a good intellectual. No, it's not. Rushing may be very awkward, I can say, term I'm using. Pushing, you can say in international language, pushing. If you just want to push something, just to show that you are gaining something, you are progressing a lot, I think that's not adequate composition, that's not adequate, you can say, construction of your statement. Your statement should be very clear. Speed is second criteria. First is how to establish that. You have certain method, you are going to establish that, you establish that, and which works very well. You have seen, you may see how it works and you are satisfied, okay, fine, it's giving me product, required product, so this method is okay, fine. But that method should be logical, that should be in professional events, that should be speaking professionally, and it should not be, it should be so competent statement, so consistent that it can be used many times, and it can be modified also. There is no way to say no, you can't modify. If you think after a couple of productions you find there's more required of that, you can do that. You can make it further easier for applications, and that's very important. So when I talk of method statements, that is what I mean. We work in construction field, which is very, you can say, broad in dimensions all over the world. And you see production quality all over the world in construction varies from country to country, varies from educated youth from country to country, because education is one part, but work is another part. Work which gives you experience, real experience, and you know theory because you passed engineering, and you can understand what theory does, how it can be used. That's where importance lies. Importance lies in experience. Experience should be given more weightage than academics only. Academics plus experience, you can say, give you power, because that power is very much required and important. When I think of quality, I don't think of only quality, I think of total quality. Total quality has been very much famous now because it's whole system quality, but it depends upon individual how to take care of quality, not upon institutions, not upon even ISO 9001 or others. It's up to individuals, what institution you are in, what way you think, what way I think, what do you mean by, what I mean by all these, institutional mechanisms. And these institutional mechanisms are also like non-existing, because these are not directly related to people of world. That might be hard to understand. If we know method how to do something, you can do that. But there are instances when some methods are very big, very time consuming. We have to be very clear about those. That's the only purpose. I try to devote time on method statements, which are actually backbone of production, backbone of engineering. If methods are devised, we can move world. If methods are not devised, we cannot do anything. I can say we can do something, but that is not confirmed. Means I can say, okay, I have done this work for you, or this I produce this part for you. It's your baby to take care of that. But that baby doesn't work because that person doesn't know contents of that mechanism, machine, what are there in, and that person says, I tried to install this. I started on working because I don't know what's wrong with that. I put that part in, and that part is working, but its leader's not working. This point where method statements are required. Method statement should be clearly one, should be free and spoken, and should not run away when we need explanation. That point we have to understand. The method statement is not a joke. It's not something we can say that quality method statements. Quality comes from methods, and methods come from statements, and statements come from professionals. And those statements are based on complete education, complete knowledge, and that knowledge which is complete in, and you can say considerations only, have to be enriched, is to be enriched by experience, is to be enriched by quality, acceptance. And that's what we are inclined in. We have to think that way, and that was purpose. That we talked of sight, When I say site, what does it mean? Is it only construction site, or what does it mean actually? Site, every word, whole word is site, to be very frank, I can say. Whole word is site. Reality is that whatever situation is, wherever situation is, that's site. It can be different whether it's new site, old site, working site, not working site. But site is very general word used, and it gives us powerful meaning. Situation, you can say. Location, you can say. And site is sometimes called something under construction. Something under construction. This is generally understood, though it's not necessary that if something has been constructed, it's not called site. You can also say you are building your house, where is it located? That's site location of your house. Nothing wrong with that. But generally, site is used only for that. Location where building or structure is under construction, and we are talking of construction, we are talking of engineering, we are talking of designs, we are talking of prosecution, and on top of that, we're talking of quality. What is quality? Is quality only, you can say, mechanism of institution, or quality means only ISO or something else? That is a network only, that's establishment. Can't say that. That is the reality of life. When you handle some site as an engineer, you handle what? Can you think of some? When I say this is my job, I am doing this, and I want to say this is job, this is technical work, this is non-technical work. And what I have to tell about quality of my job, my acts, that is also very important, because I have to think that way, but I'm not thinking. I do that way, but I'm not doing. That points raises question. After all, where is quality? Is quality what I think is quality, or is quality what you think is quality, or where is some agreement of common thinking? Can we restrict quality? If somebody wants to give better quality, should I stop that person? That's question. Means minimum standards must be achieved, and you want to give maximum. That's also achievable. But people are surprised because you do something new. So this point I say site means where work is done. Whatever work on that contract is given, that work is done, and that's why it's called site. It can be your factory as well. It can be some rented house, and then it can be whatever way you go. Too much, you can say, talking too much on something doesn't mean anything. So, site is one part, and we discuss site works, we discuss subjects, we discuss so much in excavation and crossings and all that. Now, we have to move further on that. And I remember it was somewhere 50 pages here. We talked of this. Now, road crosses we did, and we successfully did that. Just to understand how we have to do. These are all samples I am showing you. These are not my creation but my collections, you can say, rather than that. I think we have to go back. We worked in that. I think we worked, not this one, we had to say, I think I was doing 84 inches, I remember. This was. A statement is very simple. It says, adopt, procedure to adopt, to carry out excavation at certain road to facilitate lay pipes 1 inch, one number this here 84 inches, seawater cooling line at whatever location. So in that specification for excavation, backfilling, underground structures, then drawings and then something, interconnection drawings. And you know these titles are same, these are also same. It's not that you have to see this. You can say, let us see, additional responsibilities. Child such a great case, such wide size pipe, 84 inches is about 7 feet. It's not small, big pipe. Very big pipe, trunk pipe is more than trunk it is. It's saying that what it says actually, it says as shall accurately plot and record all as built marks respecting existing ground level, formation, bedding, precast members and possible control references. Site engineer and safety officials shall ensure that traffic diversion works well from safety viewpoint. Site engineer shall ensure that excavation is rightly carried out on all respects in line to drawings and specification and in compliance with all safety procedures. Safety officers shall ensure that excavations are safely carried out. You can say safety officers shall ensure that equipment operators comply with safe procedures. And safety officers shall ensure that all safety measures affected while works are being carried out in trench from ground. Then you can say site manager, yes, simple site manager, construction superintendent, safety official, site engineer shall ensure that precast members handling operations are effected in line to you can say guidelines are openable. Then we can say that, what do we say, site manager shall ensure that validity of are completed. And safety same means start call, toolbox talks. I don't think it's not used to repeat every time same, but you can just think of requirement of static or toolbox talks or talk of safety risk. Particular safety risk has to be researched, you can say. Process involving a particular safety risk shall be calculated. Shall be calculated. Process involving a particular safety risk shall be calculated by conducting job hazard assessment and necessary protective measures. Included means should comply or option. Permits to work and installation safety equipment shall be attained prior. In this case, excavation has to be carried out on operating authority area. Therefore, all regulated precautions shall be strictly adhered to, affect full safety standards. So, then only specifically approved mechanical equipment, third party certified whilst locating. Where appropriate, only manual excavation shall be carried out for investigation purpose to expose existing services, plant services, or other services that may cause sudden damage or breakdown should excavation be effected without investigation. Safety officers shall ensure that persons being inducted onto site are well aware of adopting right suitable safety procedure to be implemented on site for activity concerned. All persons available upon site shall wear PPE. PPE issued to them. Where possible, hazards may arise from excavation activity. Necessary safety measures shall be adopted to prevent accident or injury all time during person's presence on site work. This may include provisions of signage, barriers, watchmen, and night lighting. When traffic is required for diversion, to be diverted for requirement to cross some road, permit to work shall be obtained, supported by detailed method statement, including detailed traffic diversion plan with all other working details. You can say scanning when traffic is required to be diverted for requirements to cross some road, permit to work shall be obtained, supported by detailed method statement or other power like excavation is commenced with. And also we can say that a competent inspector visit to include area every day, snacks are observed and notified. Then in case certain incident, safety measures, where usually is not identified, such as Now, you can say about general safety we have to conduct, which are same as is reported last time. Work permit we have to obtain, means very important point. Without that we cannot work. We have to use flagsman, hand excavation, all this. Machine excavation, toolbox stock, excavation permit, and deep trenches, exercise. Now, we talked of certain permits in that. Sketch 18 also we talked of. I remember sketch 18 we talked of. And that was, don't exactly remember which sketch it was. Sketch 18, sketch 17, sketch 19, general records, sketches. Let us see what sketch it was, right? It's easy to understand. So meanwhile, we have to keep our knowledge expanded, you can say. So you can say which open now. I think it's open. Yes, it's open. So this is that sketch. It is, I think, it is sketch. Sketch 20 it came. I was not talking about sketch 20. Sketch 18 I was talking of. It happened by mistake, I think. This is sketch 19. This is sketch 25. I think I have to go back to sketch 18. No, it's not that. I got it. Got it now. I think it's road diversion. So this is traffic diversion. We discussed yesterday. Sketch 18. The problem's okay. You can get some idea from this. This is diversion. You have seen that already. It doesn't give any information except that half where there are two carriages, we have to take one carriage one time and divert traffic. Do work on other one. Okay. Okay. Moving further on this issue, we say that safety measures are taken accordingly and it's done accordingly. Obtained and excavation is the same. Now, voice is gone, I think. This management, traffic management scheme, road crossing is given here. Proposed crossing is given on location and is there something like that. That's not very important. What's important are instances. In first instance, work shall be carried out on part 1, diverting traffic to road portion, part 2, as shown. In second instance, work shall be carried out on part 2, diverting traffic to part 1. And its second shall we have various traffic directive boards depending all again, but in your statement you have to use them. Reduce the speed, and then you can say at first point is reduce the speed, then you go 100 meters and say that is diversion, and then you can say people at work, like that you can say. What are important points in this? Following activities are involved to produce traffic diversion management scheme. What are those? Excavation by hand. That's first point. Expose all underground facilities services. Just excavate by hand and expose all underground services, underground facilities by hand excavation. Various types of electrical, telecommunication, and other services are running below, may be running below. You may say are running because we are on site at that moment, that's why we are talking about that. Trial pits are to dig 5 by 2 meters into 1.5 meters, long one. So we are going to watch. Also with that name. Then we have to go forward. I have to see what we are talking of. Are we talking of real or we are talking of inflections? So you can say excavate trial pits, seam area detectors to ascertain access to cable. Then expose cable fully and to be inspected by authorities, operating body. After exposure of existing services, cables to be covered with, split PVC pipes to continue excavation mechanically in line to requirements and authority directions. You have to do it. Excavate remaining portion, let us say excavate remaining portion by using excavator machine, have authority inspection conducted where is authorized. After that, after exposure of existing services, all cables be covered with the split PVC to continue excavation mechanically in line according to authority directions as agreed. Then excavate remaining portion by using excavator machine, have authority inspection conducted and means we have to grip what we say. Fill padding material according to specifications, requirements, pipelines be laid, set out lines and levels. Conduct testing of pipes in line according to testing procedures. Then backfill is layers is to be done in layers, remember, not just dumping. I usually see people are not interested, aware of, and even if they are, they will like to sell rather than just to buy. So you can say fill padding material according to specification requirement and pipes laid to set out lines and levels. Conduct testing of pipes according to testing procedures and reinstall backfill layers and to required levels. And they have to say what you see, conduct testing of pipes after laying in line according to testing procedures, backfill layers, required levels, and reinstate diverted services. And reinstate central verge to existing state, or reinstate cornice road where bottom and metallic rail. So this what you can say. We have to move, then of course we have to move further for many items. Traffic management is a very important part of these methods. in such public locations. Traffic diversion itself is a method, but it works for all stages. We have to understand very well what before that, what you think, how you think, what's best method is also known as methods. then you can say constructively we have to go and find solution what we do, and that solution is described to you, which you have to apply, and that's traffic management. Traffic management to apply. Meanwhile, come back. Hold on, please. Just a minute. About 5 minutes. Come back. That's not very much required. Just a minute, please. won't work. Okay, it won't work. Let's do this today. This not right. I don't know what to do with that. So just voicing. So I have to take care of this. Get lost in bastards here. So traffic management scheme shall be executed as explained in foregoing, compliant with traffic manual provisions, directions, whatever that is. First section of proposed road crossing per attached discuss shall be marked by surveyor. All existing services shall be identified from record drawings, can say, as well as by digging, hand manual excavation with measures to protect or divert temporarily resorted to line in line according to regulations. Asphalt shall be cut using jackhammers. Road section shall be excavated to existing cables manually, for which trial pits may be made prior to full remaining machine excavation be carried out to specified levels. Excavated material shall be removed from site to stockpile area. Excavated trench shall be inspected by authorities according to requirement. Appropriate bedding material shall be placed within excavated trench to correct service levels. Where required, this bedding shall be compacted and tested. GRE pipes, shall be laid by in line according to agreed procedures, manufacturer's instructions. Alignment and testing shall be conducted in conformance to specification requirements. Backfill around service pipes shall be carried out, including appropriate materials. Service pipes surrounding material shall be compacted per specification, project specification requirements. Test results shall be provided for specification conformance verification. Existing live services which were either diverted or protected shall be reinstated accordingly. Journal fill up to underside of the road formation shall be placed in 150 mm compacted layers using mechanical methods to meeting specification requirements. A concrete slab shall be cast up to bottom of finished asphalt level. Finishing shall be carried out, including appropriate asphalt mix. Traffic management system shall be removed after road crossing has been cleaned of all debris and or obstructions. Either side of road crossing shall be provided markers to indicate live services. Now, equipment in this case we used excavator, dump trucks. Excavator and dump trucks are linked together. Then you have to use all compactors. Then, of course, somewhere jackhammers and compressor, hydrojetting if required. If it's required, I say depending on necessity. So some attachments are there. Leave that. Now we are going to do road crossing to make good wearing course. To make good wearing course or completed works. The scope is that this statement is aimed to propose procedures to be adopted. Procedures to be adopted, Procedures to be adopted to carry out to making good wearing course or completed road crossing to facilitate smooth traffic plying and say pipeline 1 inch, one number you can say each of desalinated water, whatever is there means that's something else. No. The specifications may require excavation backfilling for underground structures and drawings, easement system and also then additional responsibilities also not very much different. Safety is also same, we repeat all time. Then supervision also one important point is one is that work permit we have to obtain, flagman, annexation, jackhammer machine we have repeated talked, so it is no use. You can read that yourself. Now in this case deep trench, traffic management and deep trench, and now method is 18 just indicative only. Sketch 18 is just indicative, not very much you can say. This is that indicative only, this traffic management. It's not necessary that it's applicable. This indicative one, that's an important point that we have to think of. That it says required permit to be obtained from division, plant division or refinery, wherever they are. I think this voice is going all the time, I don't understand this. There's some problem in this. Required permit to work shall be obtained from plant recovery refinery division. A traffic management scheme has been presented herein and shall be produced on site as detailed on attached sketch. For this road crossing, which includes reduced speed sign, then temporary diverter signs when people at work, warning signs, safety barriers, night lighting and road clearance. That's the problem. There's something wrong in this. I'm not getting this. Traffic management scheme shall be reviewed and approved by EPC contractor prior to commencing work and agreed with plant refinery division. After aforesaid traffic management scheme shall be implemented as described. Traffic management scheme, road crossing, first aid, and then drawing references. This completed crossing is located, so this is two-way road. All right, proposed crossing is located about 60 meters from this is the one side. Whereas one nothing in this, all that, but what we are interested in, traffic, we have done it. Detail is that we can see this is detail, and we have to be interested in this detail. Traffic management scheme shall be executed as explained in foregoing and to traffic manual indicated direction. First section of proposed road crossing, attached sketch be marked on by surveyor on actual location. Debris asphalt shall be cut using jackhammers or grader to required levels so that a final concrete thickness 70 mm be conveniently poured. It says debris asphalt shall be cut using jackhammers or grader to required levels so that a final concrete thickness 70 mm be laid. Excavated material shall be removed from site to stockpiles and inspected by authorities as required. The trench, we have to get it inspected. Excavated trench shall be inspected by authorities according to requirement. A concrete slab shall be cast up to bottom of finished asphalt level. A concrete slab shall be cast up to bottom of finished asphalt level. Traffic management scheme shall be removed after road crossing has been cleared of all debris or obstruction. Either side of road shall be provided with cable markers to indicate running services. Work of varying courses for levels shall be carried out later when black when plant resumes production, which stage requires reprocessing all methods is affected for concrete slab laying. Traffic divers shall be affected to carry out laying asphalt course requirement inspection conducted inside the and here equipment grader, excavator, dump truck, compactors, jackhammers, compressors, and whatever diversion sketch. And yes, make good temporary repairing course over completed electric cable. When you have whatever same, but we have to see. We go on again on same point, which are relevant because these are all repetitive. We go to just indicate again 20 SLs whole plant. Required permit to work shall be obtained from say traffic management scheme. Okay, it's fine. Traffic management scheme shall be reviewed. Okay, that's also fine. Now what is traffic management scheme? Here is this two parts, this part, that part, all same. This is of course then blacktop repair, first state of blacktop repair. This is statement is a blacktop repair, and that is statement is aimed to propose procedures to be adopted to carry out repair to road wearing course damage superficially by damage, so we can say refer method statement 30 and 20 for respective sections. MS 13 and 12 for respective sections, excluding infringing activity which is not required in this statement. Only responsibilities conducted with traffic diversion management working as part of in course. Let us see 13 and 20, 13 and 12. Method statement 13 and 12 for respective sections, excluding trenching activity. Materials of tack coat bituminous material 60-100 penetration to be applied at 2.5 liters per square meter of road surface. Asphalt for 40 mm thickness course according to requirement. Water for works, sketch 18 and just 20. Traffic diversion, all that. What it says, traffic diversion if it is required shall be effective to requirement. Damaged portion of wearing course shall be removed using asphalt remover and surface cleaned using a mechanical cleaner. Tack coat shall be applied to clear surface according to specified rate of application as indicated in foregoing. Asphalt shall be applied to required thickness, minimum 40 mm, finished to full extent of damaged area, making up level to existing wearing course. Laid material shall be spread and finished to required level using asphalt finisher. First rolling shall be carried out using pneumatic roller, that is 6 ton capacity, that is first. After laid material shall be spread and finished to required level using asphalt finisher. First rolling shall be carried out using pneumatic roller, that is 6 tons capacity, giving required number of passes. Then second rolling shall be carried out using tandem roller, which is 8 or 18 tons capacity, in line according to meeting requirement, giving required number of passes. Water shall be used during rolling according to requirement of keeping roller wheels clean. Contractor QC inspection shall be conducted to ascertain correct finish level, that is civil contractors. After approval of works, site shall be cleared of all debris and dirt. Road division management shall be removed from application. But here is one more point: in certain organizations where control remains in hands of engineers, then inspection shall also be conducted by those engineers. Measure equipments are asphalt remover, asphalt finisher, pneumatic roller, tandem roller, water tank and in this case we were referred to statements that are 13 and 12. That statement is in words form, so I can just tell you what statement is about. Not means I maybe I don't have that file. That is, let's see here. General records, mother statements 13, and that is first point here. General records, and that is here. It is management documents, and here is what you can say method statements 39. That's the method statements chapters. That is method statements, and that is method number. I think it was 13, right? If I am sure 13 and 12, let us see. 13 and 12, 13 and 12. 12 is management role of site engineers, and 12 is management. 13 is 13A. Where is 13? 13 site fabricated columns. Oh no, site fabricated columns, walls for most sites. Oh. 13. I don't know what's saying 13 here. What's the reason for that? MS 13, MS 12 for respective sections. Okay, this is safety then. Okay, right. There is some misunderstanding possibly. Method statement index, let us say it's indexes. MS 13. Anyway, no problem. Maybe we'll see what to do with that. Now let's move fire water line excavation around consumer receipt station. Let us see what is fire water. To be adopted to carry out excavations for fire water lines to be laid by EPC contractor around consumer receipt station CRS. Method statements for part of road crossing shall be submitted separately. Now specification excavations and backfill for underground installations. Interconnects underground is layout drainage sheet. Responsibilities and refer to MS 13 and 12 for respective sections. So we'll see. Safety, I see refer to my safety method states maybe these are 30, okay. Refer to my safety. I can go to safety rather than that. HSC, and we will see the procedures 1312, that is 13 and 12 sketches, and 13 and 12 excavation safety and control stage of use hazard. Yeah, that's right, excavation safety, that is what it is. So I think that's the right way. Here then I have to change this to excavation safety. Let us see. Excavation safety, I say let's say excavation safety is very important point here, I think, and I'll just to print it that way. I have to print it, where's printing, I don't know. See, as print is, or publish, you can say print. This excavation safety chapter 12 I'm talking of, and chapter 12 and 13 both. Let's see first chapter 12, we'll see 13 later on. What is work? It's interpreting immediately. Shown on screen is now only printing, printing stage. Let's come to PDF mode, and we'll see, we'll talk of this. Of course, very important one. Come on, do it, don't sleep. It maybe impacts the video that goes off. It's coming, I think, printing now. It's printing. Symbol of print has come. Let's say it's coming, it's done that way. So you can say excavation safety completed mode, password, it's in process. Let's see it. Yeah, it's coming. It's in safety chapter 12. Let's file save also. In this case, save as, it's going to save as MS general records, system sketches, and then let's say close folder we have to take safety one. Now, so it goes like the excavation safety. It is chapter 12 and chapter 13 will take care of this. Let's just wait some time and let me finish it so that I don't miss it. You can say yes, then we can say here management documents. This is management documents. HSC, and this is procedures. Norms and HSC sketches. This is procedures, sketches. This is procedures. We can say open. We can say here. We can say okay down. Save. Safety. We can save it that way. So chapter 12 excavation safety exists here. We can see now. Let us 6 pages only. What it says more important than. Now this is regarding that statement I was talking of 12 and it's also 13 I think in that. Let me close other one. No need of this now, no need of this. We open it again if it's required. So unnecessary gathering I have to remove, and I take 13 and 12 as well. It is I think 13, right? We should have taken 13 and 12. To this one, this is 12 now, the 13 I can take 13 as well. Let's say 13, and that is control storage use of hazardous materials, and that's it. I'll take print out of this also and see how it works. Hold on please, just print it out, print it, and we'll see how it works. It's very important one. We will take it. Otherwise, that comments, I'll save it again. Save it again in that. That is HSC procedures. So I'll do that. This is done. So both are done now. And it's a, you can see 13 and 12 both are there. Excavation safety, it's about scope is same everywhere. This procedure applies to excavation safety. This procedure applies to, this is safety we are talking, it's unclear than that. We'll discuss it separately also. But that's not because a part of some statement that's the statement was involved here. 13 and 12 is safety, it's very important to just let us know what it is. It's an important point. And that's to say, of course. So we'll review this simultaneously with that. Shallow or deep, major or minor, mass area or for related to things, for infrastructural services, etc. and purposes. This procedure provides guidelines for protecting personnel and workers from workers performing either excavation work or working in or adjacent to an excavation or trench from accidents by caving in or falling into trenches. Not necessary that strata be rock, it shall be difficult to excavate in sandy soil and also in clay soft strata. It has been experienced that line staff always react confident to perform excavation using equipment or otherwise, but seldom care about consequences of collapses adjacent to excavation or about water mobility from beneath. It's therefore required to understand various pertinent effects. Now here regarding certain terms, safety means safety, health, and subcontract means an organization entitled company, client means an organization entitled company in contractual terms that has entrusted project to organization, contractor, that is just below it further. So client means an organization entitled company in contractual terms that has entrusted project to organization. Conducted personnel means all personnel involved on project site activities. Responsibility means job and contract responsibility. Training means training imparted for specific safety topic on job on project site. Management means organization, top, middle and lower management. Safety manager means a person with jobs titled safety manager deployed by certain organization. Safety organizer you can say, safety responsible you can say, manager is the regional term, it should be organizer. Project manager means or project organizer means a person as such with project manager title deployed by contractor. Engineer means a person appointed by client or client company for an overall project responsibility, or you may also call that person representative engineer, because representative of company. That engineer is a term, it's very high meaning. It can include position of representative also or a director also. Responsibilities in general respecting certain contract positions. Project manager, generally we call project manager. responsible project organizer responsible for, or project agent responsible for overall obligation, provides schedule, all resources, direction, engineering resources, resolutions. Site manager responsible for overall site prosecution management organization, works and subcontractors. Site safety officer includes or responsible for overall safety organization, administration on site and report project organizer, project leader, site manager, corporate safety leader, construction manager, leaders. Engineer responsible to supervise safety measures on site and control safety issues should bring site line management or organization of front runners to adopt correct measures. Site foreman or site worker, or you can say site man, you may say site leader, a workers leader responsible for compliance of safety measures. Standards as directed, an individual working on site responsible to maintain safety measures in case missing should be to site team attention. Now we are just going to speak something about terms benching. From caving in by excavating sites work progresses in stages, vertically down to formation level, but upper stratum near ground is widened than lowest one. Refer to sketch pertinent benching. It's possible only when site surrounding allows availability of land parcel. I think you have seen that section of dewatering. I think if you remember, we did dewatering. I don't exactly remember. Well, I don't exactly remember now what numbers that. We'll see. Well, I look for to competent person as a person. You got benching means it's a kind of what horizontal arrangement, you can say walk-in or excavation. And then another slope and another horizontal like this. I think we did in dewatering section. Deemed capable based on training and experience for working condition that are unsanitary, hazardous, or dangerous to personnel. Competent person has necessary authorization to resort to prompt corrective measures. A thorough understanding pertinent methods of excavations is extremely significant. Foresee risk involves, I repeat, a person deemed capable based on training and experience both, not training alone and not experience alone, training and experience both, identifying, assessing existing and predictable hazards in surrounding or working conditions that are unsanitary, means those conditions which are unsanitary, hazardous or dangerous to personnel. Competent person has You can say some artificial cut, you can say, rather than saying man-made. Okay, it's man-made, but man is cut, I should say, rather than man. Of course, it's done by human being. Some cut, cavity, trench, or depression in Earth's crust surface formed by earth removal. It generally means area for construction purpose of whatever sort. Construction requires considerable excavation at initiation of project. This activity, the blocks easy, but it's too deliberate, too delicate in many cases, as prone to dangers. It may or may not require dewatering, continuous operation. It may be carried out shallow or deep. It may be carried out in soft soil or in loose soil. It may be carried out in hard rocks. More an excavation means more backfill. More deep an excavation means high degree of risks. It's also to be considered that during excavation, when formation level reaches about existence of defined shape bearing capacity would be ascertained. Hazardous atmosphere. An atmosphere which by reason of being explosive, flammable, poisonous, corrosive, oxidizing, irritating, oxygen deficient, toxic, or otherwise harmful, may cause death, injury, or illness. Again, it is explosive. Atmosphere is explosive. Flammable means it can explode or blast. It can convert to fire. In its nucleus, in its atoms. And oxidizing, as I said, because corrosion means based on oxidation. Irritating to body. It irritates your eyes, your skin, can say, your mind, your nose, and it can affect your overall health. And short, the oxygen, deficiency of oxygen in that, and it's toxic because of chemicals or otherwise harmful. It may cause death, injury, or illness. So its hazardous definition on refineries, oil refineries, plants, and other subsidiary facilities, brownfield projects which are already existing and do some work in them. Generally, foregoing factors, conditions as explained are available in environment or atmosphere just at that level due to operations and post-operational effects. Due to ionization and vapor gas existence in atmosphere, fire can break out, and that's due to, again I say, due to ionization and vapor gas existence in atmosphere, fire can break out and other explosive effects can lead to destruction of buildings, plants, equipment. And how to, method means how to protect them. benching system, that's as I discussed, sloping and benching, the shield system, and other systems that provide protection from obvious consequences from falls into excavations, or excavation may fall onto workers. Protecting or protection system have been defined on relevant sketches that should be referred to. We'll see later on. Now here is EPC contractor shall site organizer leaders should not withdraw intensive attention from excavation activity. It's important until excavation is reached to formation level and works foundations that leaders should arrange all resources necessary to adherence to this procedure by contractor organization and assign responsibility to a competent person who may be a civil engineer for implementing this procedure. EPC contractors, site leaders shall equip, provide competent person with all information to be affected on site. Competent person shall be responsible for planning and monitoring work appropriate to this procedure. EPC contractor, HSC leader, manager, health, safety and environment manager, leader shall carry out regular inspections and report whatever deficiencies noticed and ensure that remedial actions be carried out in a timely fashion. Safety site engineer or inspector shall frequently supervise excavation activity to ensure that railing, ladders, traffic diversions, dewater system are all well provided. Instructions. Instructions. Engineer, owner, client, other relevant organizations, authorities shall be contacted and advised of all proposed work areas where existence of underground utilities such as electrical gas, sewerage, communication, fuel and water lines may be present, and issue an excavation permit when required. Using engineer, statutory authority, applicable form. Overhead power transmission lines must be de-energized and visibly grounded or insulated by barriers to avoid contact by equipment that cannot maintain minimum clearance. Notification of engineer and other relevant organizations, where applicable, must be per comfortable requirements in existing operating plants and or other facility procedures prior to start of excavation Work activity. Contractor shall be responsible for requesting and receiving other applicable excavation permits. Warning signs and adequate physical barricades or protective covers must be provided for all trenches, wells, pits, and shafts. You see warning signs which are important, and these are adequate physical barricades or protective covers must be provided for all trenches, wells, pits, and shafts. Physical barriers must be erected at least 1.2 meters from edge around all excavations to prevent vehicles. It says the physical barriers must be erected at least 1.2 meters from edge around all excavations. Employees shall not work in excavation. Water is accumulating unless adequate. Baling or diverting shall be conducted by using well point system or by using submersible pumps as relevant. Workers require dry area for continuation of activity. Precautions against hazardous posed by precautions against hazards posed by water accumulation include spatial support or shield system to protect from caving in. Also, ensure that water should not enter into other structures foundation by its property of permeability through soil wires when it's unavoidable to stop its entry into adjacent structures. Sheet piling may be resorted at from accumulating by use of water removal equipment. An attendant and competent person shall water removal equipment, etc. Water built out should not be disposed of to ground but directed to be discharged into an existing sewerage system. Now we'll see refer the water sector later on where stability of adjoining foundations, buildings, walls or other structures is endangered by excavation operations. Support systems such as shoring, bracing or underpinning shall be provided as determined by competent person to ensure stability of such structures remains intact. Cables and pipes exposed by excavation shall also be supported as necessary. A stairway, ladder, ramp or other safe means of access or egress shall be provided in all trenches that are 1.2 meter or more in depth. It says stairways, ladder, ramp or other safe means of access or egress shall be provided in all trenches that are 1.2 meter or more in depth and be positioned at approximately 8 to 5 meter interval locations. Standard guardrails should be provided on all walkways. Standard guardrails be provided on all walkways, ramps, or bridges where employees or personnel are required, permitted to cross over excavations or trenches. Handrails be erected around excavations where exists a risk of falling more than 2 meters. Employees' personnel shall be protected from excavated or other materials or equipment that could fall or roll into excavation by placing and storing such materials or equipment a minimum distance 1.2 meter from edge. According to practice, excavated material is directly poured into a truck which transports it to dumping location for screening or permanently disposal. Trench and excavations are more than 4 feet or 1.2 meter in depth inside existing plants shall be examined prior to employees entering excavation or trench. Excavations at locations where hazardous atmospheres can be reasonably expected to exist as we understood by that definition, such as landfill. Now, landfills of plants that process and store hazardous substances shall be air monitored on a continuous basis. Employees who may be subject to hazardous gases, fumes, or in oxygen deficient atmosphere shall be provided with appropriate respiratory protection or test determining type of respiratory protection. Daily inspections of excavations, trenches, adjacent areas and protective systems shall be made by a competent person prior to start commencement of work and required as may be required throughout shift. Inspections shall be made after every rainstorm or unusual work activities, that is access, having equipment, travel or vibration. Employees shall not be permitted to work in excavations or trenches if competent person finds evidence of a condition that could result in a possible caving in, failure of a protective system, hazardous atmosphere or other hazardous condition. Excavation deeper than 1.2 meter shall have an adequate protective system. Protection shall be as directed by competent person in form of benching, as we said before, benching, sloping back to safe angle of repose, shoring of side walls. Ramped excavation shall be permitted. Ramped excavation shall be permitted for mass excavation areas for major foundations. Where to heavy equipment may enter and egress directly. Workers may also use ramps for entry and egress. Movement over ramps shall be controlled by single person deployed on both ends. Green flag shall be signal for clearance of obstruction. Exceptions to foregoing protection shall be for excavations in stable rock. Rocks do not pose subsidence but remains vertically stable. Moreover, excavations in rock formations consumes considerable time. And start backfilling. Shall also apply after start of underground pipe or underground electrical installation. Supervisor performing Mm. So after little break, excavation. For excavation of the site area under EPC contract to control following responsibilities within following following responsibilities shall also apply after start of underground pipe or underground electrical installation. And supervisor performing excavation is responsible for preparing excavation permit. Attachment is there, already discussed. That's just and sketch showing limits of excavation and getting it signed by concerned engineers and EPC contractors, piping mechanical engineers, or okay. So we'll go further. Let's see how it works. Let's see how it works. Means when operating, you know, authorities involved, permit to work in excavation shall be required for prior to commencing excavation. Piping mechanical engineers are responsible for signing permit, noting on permit existing pipes and cables and restrictions on method of excavation. So it's very important point. Mechanical engineers are responsible for signing permit, noting on permit existing pipes and cables and restrictions on method of excavation. Safety officers are responsible for reviewing a signing permit, then for continually monitoring this.